they are afraid that their iron rice bowl will be broken by competitors. And we seriously, as a person that in opposition parties, we seriously need people to step up. And I am the one, back in April, before the mini bond, that approached Mr. Tan. I said, Mr. Tan, I've seen what you have done for the NTUC bonus issue. Maybe you are not aware of, because they cut their bonus. The NTUC insurance, income insurance, they cut their bonus and go and invest. Right? And Mr. Tan was having a petition against that. I admire him because he comes from the system and he knows what is wrong and he's there to point out and do something about it. That's why I approached him. I said, Mr. Tan, you are a good man. You have courage to stand for what you believe. And it's about time this country need a political contest, a competition within the system. I asked him, are you interested to be our elected president? To contest in the next elected presidency. He was in a dilemma because his wife is a bit anxious, just like everybody. If I ask you to step for election, you're also scared. I also scared, very speaking. My wife also scared, right? But it's a natural reflexes. But there must be something for us to think beyond our fear. And that's justice. A social justice for everyone and accountability for this country. Right? Accountability, political accountability for this country. And that's why I'm here. And that's why I'm in G2006. So Mr. Tan has kept his option open. He says, look, Meng Seng, I'm not very sure, that's what Mr. Tan told me, I'm not very sure whether Singaporeans want this or not. Want a contest, a political contest to the ruling party and to the establishment. So he tells me, get me the signatures to show Singaporeans wanted this. Then it's worthwhile for us to go ahead. As an opposition politician, I understand where it's coming from. Sometimes you spend money, when you go for election, it's not a very cheap thing, You could spend all in all about $20,000 and lose the election, and you get nothing back. If you stand as an independent, maybe you're spending about $40,000 just for one election. Who want to do it? Right? But I understand his point. If people don't want to vote for you, do not want a competitors to the ruling party, monopoly of power, why would we want to do it? So I said, well, at this point of time, because the presidential election is due in 2011, I said we still have time. We just wait. We will discuss later. And the mini bond issue came up. And true enough, Mr. Tan have jumped to lead all of you to seek redress for such injustice of mis-selling. And come back again, I talked to Mr. Tan. Now what? We have lead all the investors through the processes that the ruling party want us to do. Go to FREDEC, go to the bank, complain and all that. It ended up nothing. No result. So is it time for us to rethink about this political competition within the system? To make them work. My aim is very simple. Once we break through one GRC in this system, everything will change. Why? Because PAP MPs and the ministers are very comfortable within the fortress of the GRC because they think that the GRC is baojia. They think the GRC is baojia because a big one. We cannot get enough people to come out with good credibility, good credential. They will show me because they have a minister in front, standing in front and all little chicken behind. They are, I call it 大公鸡保护小鸡 and walk into the parliament. That's why we have people who are very arrogant in answering all the questions that we raise in parliament. So we have to build a democratic society to break one GRC. When a one GRC falls, the fortress will fall. Nobody in PAP will think that he is an iron rice bowl. That's number one. No ministers or MPs will think that he will be the one that will get into the parliament no matter what, because he's in GRC. And maybe by then they will slowly come and listen to you in Hong Lim Park. Do you want that? Do you want that?
Yes.
Yes.
Like you know.
Like you knows.
Like you know.
Yeah, like you knows. You knows in 1988. So you must understand. Sometimes I always say opposition members are suckers. It's not a very good word to hear. We don't want to be suckers. But the fact is, what we do, even if we lose, we are forcing PAP to react, the ruling party to react. If it's not for last election in Anjunit, do you think that they will be throwing money in Anjunit infrastructure to upgrade all the lifts in the Anjunit GRC? No. Because it's due to this nature of PAP mentality in politics. That's how they play politics. A reactionary play. That we need more people like Mr. Tan to step forward. And maybe so, with his network, he can get more people with better credential to fight a GRC. That's what I'm hoping for. I don't know whether you hope for that or not. Do you hope for that? So I understand all of you are only concerned about your money, whether you can get back all your money. But I can tell you this problem is more than your money, because it's created by a system that is filled with complacency due to a monopoly of power. Imagine if you ask MAS to go and investigate, who will they investigate? DBS? DBS belongs to who? Belongs to who? DBS actually belongs to MAS or to Meng Seng. How could they actually do an investigation on themselves? It's against human nature. To me, that's against human nature. You cannot have a fair trial like that. Right? We cannot expect somebody to investigate himself. We need a system that clearly states that the government is here to put up a platform, a fair and just platform for everybody. And it should not be getting involved in business like DPS, like Capital Land and all that. Why? Because when the crunch comes like this issue, where are they going to stand?